So we're going to keep talking about being yourself. And the part about what you want to note is that if you have achieved secure attachment, you won't actually twitch your nose because you have that healthy self-worth. If you're twitching your nose, that means there are aspects of yourself that you want to look to. But the feeling in the body is very important because the reality is our mammalian heritage, every person, healthy self-worth, only one of the so many trauma experts I learned from, Terry Real is one of them, who I'm going to mention before we get to our quote of Sadhguru again. Healthy self-worth. You're not superior, you're not inferior. And feeling this is something that comes from here, and you have an attachment system like I do. And that's what we all will have had since the minute apparently we have been conceived. This is where attachment researchers are still building all of their research. But so far, what they can share, and here this is from Diane Heller actually, who was with Terry Real on how to achieve secure attachment. And she was saying, every person has even just 1 second of actual secure attachment. It's our mammalian heritage. So returning home, when the 4D collective thinks that they're star babies and they don't understand they're human babies, and so they don't know how to be unique as a person using their name. So they can use, in fact, the entire collective of 4D and that community to feel special. And that's where we're going to have those ethical culty cults or ethical cults or traditional cults. And we don't have to call them cults. It's just groups. It's like the flat earthers, their group. They came together, they bonded. And in fact, bonding is obviously their drive because together they have meaning and purpose. And that drive is here. And they are like, oh yeah, I wake up every day. Thanks to external, I have meaning inside of me. The attachment system longs to be seen. I got seen. They long to be soothed. I got accepted by my group. This makes me feel safe to be myself with my group. And that's why we got group mentality too. The whole way the brain works is very straightforward. You're secure now, secure attachment, but only with your group. So you're a codependent type. In fact, flat earthers want to change the world. No, we're superior to you. We know the truth. There's your adaptive child. Harsh, rigid, unforgiving, because the reality is they only go with their little group. So are they being their self? Of course they are. Are they being their actual true self? No, not really. If you want to go to the depths of the secure attachment bit that I was talking about, it has nothing to do with the outside. It has everything to do with your body. Restorative embodied self is also a mammalian heritage. This is also what we will have felt at least 1 second of your life. And somatic therapists talk all about returning home. A lot of them integrate spirituality and spiritual stuff. Buddhism, the mindfulness that comes from Buddhism is because it actually gives a person the ability to harness their brain's capability. It's not because the subject matter of spirituality or spiritual is superior to scientific methodology. The only people who compare, they're in separation consciousness, but it's not even only that. It's that you are actually using not healthy worth of the subject matters, because the minute you're comparing the two is the minute that you are actually using two separate subject matters and comparing them and wanting to say one needs to be better than the other. I'm going to like more this one, and this one that I don't like, I'm going to make I don't like it. You're not good enough. You're good enough. So yeah, you know what? Scientific methodology, you win. No, spirituality, you win. And here's our 4D, 3D, and just anybody who doesn't recognize that's an attachment insecurity with subject matters. So I'm going to, and it's karma, by the way. I like science, so I'm going to push science. I like spirituality, so I'm going to push spirituality. And here we've decided how to win a race. It's just really silly with information. The 5D collective is in Mahasamadhi, Samadhi with information because it's a subject matter. So we're not going to stick to it like glue because that seems kind of ridiculous in this brain right here. In fact, I've always been like, how are they not noticing that we have like so much information keeps building? Which is why when you meet people who don't know that when you speak, you mean what you say, and they have to interject with correcting you. They correct you because they think you're saying it wrong. There's your adaptive child. There's your emotionally insecure person. There's low self-esteem right there. The minute anyone interjects whenever I'm speaking, I'm like, okay, let me figure out if we're having a shared joy moment or do I need to give the 2-year-old the floor? And I'll know pretty much quickly, because by the time I'm repeating myself the 3rd time, I'm giving you the floor. I'm not going to even wait. I'm not going to say anything. And you know what? The 2-year-old doesn't notice. Why? Because they are actually trying to prove they're right. They're actually trying to control the situation. They're making it all about their self and their breadcrumbs of facts and all that. And then they're going to allow themselves to speak it all, get upset if you don't take their side. That's called projection. And that's where, because we don't see shiny objects between science or spirituality, how dare you disrespect the millions of years. I don't need to respect it the way you do. I have a different relationship. It's called Maria and your name, whatever it is, and I'm not really going to flinch unless you make me have to say it. And you know, sometimes it's even funny when like, we're just saying the same things in different ways, and it's like, not really, but hey, that's fine with me. I mean, I'm okay however you want to, end up with this. So when the need to be special is gone, which is where anybody who's just a random human baby is like, yeah, you keep on talking, let's have fun. That is when you are unique. The significance of life is in its uniqueness. Yes, a person who can be themselves. Secure person. I treat you with love and respect. I use my prefrontal cortex. It's called restorative embodied self, and it's called also secure attachment. So when you have an adaptive child, emotionally speaking, there's a lovely number of them. From the ones who are just watching movies like Mean Girls and thinking it's cool, to Hangover, thinking also it's cool, to the ones who instead, they really could learn about healthy self-worth. Because the minute that here is not actually, I'm cool with being myself, is the minute that they can tend to their body and achieve what is our mammalian heritage. So as Diane Heller was pointing out, all bodies will know of secure attachment, at least 1 second. And when they meet people that are in this space, the body will recognize it. And so will the mind. And even our mind, the brain, looks to heal itself. REM, the REM neurobiology, it heals trauma memory. And if it doesn't heal all of it, that's when it stays lingering in the brain. And this is why people like Patrick Tiahan, he's a childhood trauma survivor, he's a therapist, he's building a community together. It's great because he can support people who need to have a community like that. The people, though, who are healing, not the ones who are using their mental health diagnoses, which the Western world has created a learned helplessness with it. And the lovely good therapists are trying to tell their colleagues, stop telling people that it's a gene or that it's a physical trait or that it's fixed. Start sharing with them their diagnoses is not fixed. And then start giving them psych education. We didn't have all this information way back when. In fact, there's Stephen Porges who's still building his empirical data for the polyvagal theory. There are people who in fact are teaching it and say, well, it's not proven yet. That's how educational systems work. I've been to school, my master's, and what I don't appreciate when I pay a lot of money is being fed subjective opinions. I thought school was about data. And when you're presenting me data with your contour, I'm going to know, because that's what a mind that is using a differentiated self is going to notice. Like I have words I use. People always like to say you play with words. No, I choose my words and I try to go with neutral equanimous words because they resonate with what I am. I'm a neutral equanimous person. I have opinions. They're not better than yours. I'm Maria and you're you. We're both unique. Differentiated self. Secure person is not here to compete with you in the dialogue. So even when we're talking, we like to go neutral because that's where we are. No charge. Heaven in the body. Alignment with your heart body, value body, physical, energy, and mental. It's straightforward. Enlightenment. It's a human being who's a functional adult, who's mature. Restorative embodied self, integrated brain. The optimized mental, emotional, and physical health. You can get it from a therapist. And in fact, this is where I suggest highly for people to learn about being a human versus learning about, let me just do the shaman fire thingy. No, because that story, no, that's going to lead you to 4D land. And we see what 4D do. They do, I'm going to change you. I'm going to take care of you. I'm the martyr. I'm superior. I'm special. I'm a key. That's actually a person who could use some true self-worth. So let's build relationships minus the drama, emotion building skills. Tune on in and have a great day.